And for our third modeling example, we will examine a shorter piece, the plastic pad at the end of the Chris Vector submachine gun. This time we start with a box, and again scale it up to approach the correct proportions. Then we obtain the main shapes via a bevel modifier and by scaling down the main back face. Now, to obtain the main curve on the back, we will simply create a big cylinder and subtract it to the main shape. Once again, we make the cylinder procedural via a screw modifier, since we will need a lot of geometry to obtain the back curve with such a big radius. We have to remember to turn on auto smooth in all operands so the shading doesn't look broken. After the big curve, we apply another bevel modifier, this time limited by angle instead of bevel weight. And so far, nothing happens. This is because the object's edges and Boolean's edges are not merged, and they are very close in some points, so the clamp overlap limitation from the bevel modifier kicks in and prevents the bevel from happening. We will need to either use a weld modifier to clean up the geometry a little bit, or just change the cylinder's side number so the edges don't coincide with the mesh's edges. With this bevel issue finally fixed, we model the small side booleans with a simple mirrored box. Again, we put an empty in the middle of the scene, so we don't have to configure the mirror every time. Now, for our final Boolean shape, we tackle the cylindrical indentations on the back of this stock. As with some of the earlier examples, we just need two things, an array modifier and a lattice to deform it into the curved shape of the back. This lattice will need an extra loop in the middle to achieve this deformation in the middle. This is called resolution, and it is configured in the lattice configuration panel on the right. When deforming our cylinders, we see that their deformation is linear and doesn't match perfectly our shape. We can fix this by looking in the same panel as before and changing the interpolation from linear to B-spline. And finally, with the last boolean executed and looking fine, we simply remesh and smooth like we have been doing until now. Job done.